I think we're live. We're live on every angle. So Facebook is on, YouTube, okay, TikTok, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Think we're good to go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're welcome. Just trying to get my hand everything straight to make sure we're live on every platform. That's good. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Wherever you're streaming from, just give us some minutes to get everything straight. Yes, Facebook is live. Okay, YouTube's live. TikTok live. I still need to share the screen. Okay. Yes, we are live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wherever you're coming from, wherever you're streaming from, you're welcome. You're welcome wherever you're joining from. Thank you, thank you. Just trying to get everything straight. You're welcome wherever you're streaming from. Thank you. TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. Unfortunately, Instagram wouldn't be working today. You're welcome. You're welcome wherever you're streaming from. Trying to get everything to share some screen. Unfortunately, I cannot share the screen on TikTok. Facebook, I'll be able to share the screen. Thank you wherever you're joining from. Thank you. Just some more minutes. Let's kick off. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're welcome wherever you're streaming from. Wherever you're streaming from, you're welcome. Let's see. Wherever you're streaming from, you're welcome. Let's see. TikTok, Nedu, you're welcome. Shabazz, you're welcome. I welcome everyone, wherever you're streaming from. If you're streaming from Leeds, Nedu, you're welcome. Just give me a minute. Just trying to make sure the Facebook audience is okay. I need to share the screen on this one. Okay, let's do some typing here. Wherever you're streaming from, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. How is your weekend going? Put in the comment section where you're streaming from. Leeds. Wherever you're streaming from, just put in the comment section. You're welcome wherever you're streaming from. Just more minutes, just 3 more minutes so we can go live. Can kick off. You're welcome, Gams, AG. You're welcome, Mark. You're welcome, Tyron. You're welcome. How is your weekend going, guys? I just finished playing football now, so I just got back home now. Hope everyone is okay. Just give me a minute. I'm just trying to get the guys on Facebook to see the screen. Thank you very much, wherever you're streaming from. And that's safe. Okay, share screen for this one. Thank you very much, wherever you're streaming from. Avreen, thank you. They do yet to play football. Oh, for this, okay. Man, you need to find a way to exercise, man. I've been playing since 11 o'clock. I stopped playing, what time? We finished around 1 o'clock. So we'll play for 2 hours. Yes, for the love of the game. That's it. Yes, I succeeded in sharing the screen now. Thank you very much. We're live there. Good. Good. I think we should be fine now. Thank you very much wherever you're streaming from. TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. Unfortunately, Instagram, we wouldn't be on live on Instagram, but I will share the live at some point to the Instagram audience. This is my first time doing a multi-platform streaming, but I believe at some point I'll get better in this. I would know how to stream on all the platforms. At the moment, I have 3 devices in front of me. I am using the YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Yes, guys, good afternoon once again, wherever you're streaming from. Good morning if you're streaming from the States. Good afternoon wherever you're streaming from in the Europe. Some places in Africa, it's still in afternoon as well. I am. Thank you very much, Rose. Thank you very much. Thank you. You're welcome. John, you're welcome. Kenisha, you're welcome. Welcome once again. So my name is Onyekachi Henry Okafor. Some people know me with Henry. Some people know me with Pharaoh. Pharaoh is my nickname. You can see even on my emails, some of my accounts, it's known with Pharaoh. But you can call me anything you want to call me. You can call me Kachi. You can call me Henry. You can call me Pharaoh. They're all my legal names, except Pharaoh, though. But Pharaoh is widely known. Thank you once again. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you. Welcome wherever you're coming from. Just stream wherever you're streaming from. Stream. Comment on the comment section. Tell me where you're streaming from. Our topic today is what the football scouts want to see in young footballers. Yes, if you're a parent, if you're a coach, if you are a guardian, if you are a footballer yourself, or a young footballer, aspiring professional footballer, and then you have gone for so many trials and you've not been successful, or you've gone to so many clubs to showcase your talent and still you've not been successful, probably because you're doing something wrong. And I'm here to give you a checklist of what the football scouts look out for in young players, especially young players who hasn't broken through the professional football. Yes. So, just noticed this one wasn't. Yes, I'll be addressing questions at the end of the live. Maybe I can easily answer any question if I have the space to answer the question. You can always drop your questions on the comment sections. Yes, if you're streaming on the YouTube as well, just drop your questions on the chat. I can easily see that as well, and I'll respond to your questions once I finish, or I'll address it while I'm still on the live as well. Okay. So let's see. Yes, I'm sharing my screen now. Unfortunately, I cannot share my screen for the guys on TikTok, but I can share my screen for the guys on Facebook, and I'll be sharing the whole videos, maybe some bits and bits of to TikTok and also on YouTube as well. You go follow our YouTube channel as well, so you can keep up with this information. So I'll try as much as possible to see if I can concise and summarize a bit before I post it for you guys to actually have access to it. I have prepared a checklist, a kind of a format, PDF format checklist for anyone interested. You can always DM me, or you can send a comment saying you would want. Just say OK for on your comment. Then I'll trace and know who to send this document to. So it's always good to have this information handy so you can know what the scouts are looking out for. If you're a parent and you stand in the sideline, in the rain, in the winter, in the sunny day, whatever the weather is, you're always there supporting your young lad or your young girl. Anyone who's a guardian knows what it means to drop off young players every evening or every morning, every weekend, every day to see them break through to professional football. And it can be frustrating if you are doing all this and still you don't see results. Yeah, so I'm here to help you narrow down what the scouts are looking out for. So I myself, let me a bit of an introduction of myself. Unfortunately, some people wouldn't be able to see this. So as I said earlier, my name is Onyekachi Henry Okafor. I'm originally from Nigeria, but I reside in the UK, Manchester precisely. So I am from a medical background, a biomedical scientist. I studied medical laboratory sciences in Nigeria, finished in Nigeria before coming to the UK to do my master's, and I work in the hospital as well in the UK with the NHS England. And also, I am a FIFA agent, a FIFA licensed agent. I'm also an English FA registered agent. I'm also an IPSO, which stands for International Professional Scouting Organization member, certified. I'm also a Professional Football Scouting Association member, certified. So I belong to 2 professional scouting bodies. I also belong to FIFA agent registrar. So if you would want to know anything regarding regulation of agents and also scouts, you can always drop your questions on the comments. Yes, that's a brief introduction about myself. I am a founder of the OK4. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the gift. I'm the founder of OK4 Football and Sports Management Company, football agency. So we've been operating since 2023 as an agency. We've done so many collaboration with people in Europe, people in Africa, and people in the United Kingdom. So with broad experience I've seen so far with my few years, I feel I could easily help out some young talents who still struggle to break through into professional football. Regardless of what the age is, you need to be in the top of your game. And that is what is missing for some young players. So I am here today to help you, to give you a checklist where you can easily look at and check what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right. I have a PowerPoint presentation for you guys. Unfortunately, TikTok, I will not be able to share my screen on TikTok, but I can share my screen on Facebook. YouTube, I'll also be uploading this document at some point. But if you're interested in this document, you can always send me a DM. I think that's the best way. Send me a DM, say OK for checklist. Just send that to my DM, and that will respond to you free of charge. It's a good information for you to hold as a young player or as a parent, so you can easily talk to your young lads. Okay, so that was a brief introduction about myself, and I'm here to help you out in this. So today's topic is just what scouts want to see in young players. What do scouts want to see in young players? They want to see your mentality. They want to see so many things: technique, your technical ability, your tactical ability, your physical strength, your attributes. All these features, all these things are very important in players. We even check the date of birth of a player. Is the player a late developer or normal developer or late or early developer? So some players don't develop as fast as some other players, especially from the younger ones. Some you see sometimes a 10-year-old, he might be looking like a 7-year-old. Sometimes you see a 10-year-old, he's looking like a 10-year-old. Sometimes you see a 10-year-old, he's looking like a 15-year-old. So all these things are instrumental when the scouts are looking at a player. They want to know, is this player still going to grow? Is this player still going to, is this player growing very fast? Is this player normal with his age? So all this will determine how they would judge, like the bias that's going to be involved when they are reporting the player reports. So for instance, let me give you an instance. We all know Harry Kane. Harry Kane is an English footballer and he's a captain. He was a late developer. He was dropped by Arsenal when he was still growing up. So because he was a late developer, the advantages late developers get most times during scouting and during development is when they are late, then they demand extra attention from the coaches. Then the coaches pay more attention to them because they don't enforce the instruction faster than the normal developers or the early developers. So the late developers are always slow to carry out instructions, for instance, or maybe they need more explanation before they could actually carry out a task or whatever that is being demanded to perform. So sometimes when they then demand extra explanation or extra clarification from the coaches, that will make them then understand it more than the early developers or normal developers who initially understood the first instruction. But because they took the first instruction, but the late developers who would now wait for the coach to come and give them the initial instruction and give them another simplified instruction, that would now make them more grounded in certain sense. Then before you know it, the late developers will end up surpassing the early developers at some point in their career. It's been, yeah, you can see as my example is Harry Kane. As I said, Harry Kane was a late developer, and look at where he is now. He's like the best among the whole pair. So sometimes it's an advantage to be a late developer. So that's why why I'm saying this is so you don't feel discouraged if you're a late developer. Late developer will always end up good if they keep doing what they're doing. They're going to end up where they're meant to be. So my second slide is I've already introduced myself. I've said, so who are scouts? Let me start with that. Who are scouts? Scouts are employees of the clubs, of all professional clubs you're seeing, more than millions of clubs you're seeing in the world. They have scouts as employees. And the scouts are supervised by the technical secretary, which is part of the technical department. So the scouts, their goal is to identify talents, to identify players with potential to join the club. If a player has the potential to join the club, then the scouts will see the player. We have different kinds of scouts. We have professional scouts who scout for professional players. Scouts who go for professional games to watch players. So these are professional scouts. So for instance, in Europe, you have professional scouts in Europe going around Europe to check players at that level. So then we have domestic scouts. Domestic scouts are the ones who focus on the leagues, your domestic league, your national league. So those scouts are the ones making sure they keep in touch of all the players that could fit into their own squad. So when they're scouting, it's not just because you're a good player. They're scouting because you're going to fit their own philosophy, their already existing philosophy in the club. So they need players who would fit into their club without causing wrecking the boat. So scouts also use AI nowadays. So the introduction of data into the fold has made scouting easier. So most times now, clubs don't even have as much as the number of scouts they used to have back in the days, because now they can easily do scouting. One person can easily do five person scouting job, because they will just check the stats, check the data on their laptop or their tablet. So it's no longer the way it used to be. So back in the days, a scout would need to be present in games, which traditionally most scouts still go to games. Presently, they go there and watch the game, but a few percentage now don't really go to games. They might just go to your game one or twice to watch you, and then they get other information they can get from the softwares or some platforms, which I'm going to talk about next time. They have platforms like Y Scout. They have platform like AfriScout. AfriScout is more of concentrated with African players, so that's why it's called African Scout, AfriScout. So we have like Eyeball. So these are all platforms that scouts can easily go on, just type the player's name, and they see the player, they see how many games the player have played, they see how many goals the player has scored, they see everything about the player. So they don't really need to travel to Africa to go and watch this player, or even speak to this player. They will have all the information they need about this player without taking a flight. So now scouting has gone digital. It uses AI, uses so many things to make the job easier, unlike before. But we still advocate for scouts to use both. Data is good, AI is good. We take advantage of AI and data, but we should also go to games to watch things like some maybe verbal communications which you might not see on online. So the way the player communicates with his coach or with his captain, with the officials. So verbal communication sometimes, body language, you can see body language maybe when you're watching. You can see the way they scan when they want to move. So all these things are very important to see. So that's why we don't really depend 100% on data. It has to be both. So you have to watch games and you can use your data. That's that. And also, scouts are we have scouts that are dedicated for non-professional level. So I mentioned the international scout, professional scouts who go for international games. Those are already made players. I talked about scouts who monitor the domestic league, like the English Premier League, like the NPFL. So they are domestic league. And then we have scouts who then monitor the non-professional football, the grassroots football, because some of these players who might be on this stream now are yet to break into professional football. So the scouts are going to see them are the scouts on the non-professional level. So in England, for instance, we have so many league in England. We have so many league all the way down. So the popular one we know is the Premier League, which is the tier one. Everyone knows about the Premier League. Then the Championship, which is the tier two. After that, you still come down to League One and you go down to League Two. So these are the four top tiers. But some people don't even know they are still loads below. So after that, you see, then you have a national league. So we still have players, good players in national league, still fighting to get to Premier League. So after national league, then you come to Northern Prem. So it's still going down. This is just England. So Northern Prem, after Northern Prem, you see Northern Prem North and South. So it's then the divides into regions. So all these players playing in that level, we also have scouts looking at those players. So it's not just about the first professional level tiers we have, like Premier League, Championship, League One and League Two. We also have scouts on that level, like the Northern Prem, looking also scouting for their own club on that level. So all scouts mustn't work for professional footballers like professional clubs like Arsenal or Chelsea or Manchester United. So we also have scouts scouting for teams like Glossop United, who play Northwest Counties. So Northwest counties also have scouts, but not as much as because they don't have the resources. All depends on the resources available for the scouts and the technical departments. So the scouts will always be there, regardless. So they report to the technical department. They also work because the effectiveness of the scout will determine how good your team is going to be. So they are very important part of the club. So they are employees of the club. So, and then I will also present you the checklist on that. And keep tapping, keep tapping. Thank you very much for the gifts. Thank you very much, TikTok. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate. Thank you very much. Keep tapping, keep tapping. Share the life if you can. Share the life if you can. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. The guys on YouTube, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Facebook, I can't see your comment, unfortunately, on Facebook because I am sharing my PowerPoint. I will look at your comments afterwards. So, going by the attributes, which attributes do scouts look out for when they come? So, for instance, there might be a trial going on, like an open trial, because this is where some scouts go. For instance, we do like a summer trial. PFSA does a summer trial in the UK, sometimes in London and Manchester around summertime, maybe probably July and August. So players come from all over to come to showcase their talents. So when these players are coming over for such trials, then we have professional scouts from Manchester City, Manchester United, Watford, Blackpool Ranger, Blackpool, Blackburn. So most clubs come to that kind of trial because it's a recognized football trial by a professional body, which is the Professional Football Scouting Association. So PFSA does summer trials for young players to just come and showcase their talents. So when such events happens, scouts come. So when the scout comes, he doesn't know any player. So scouts get handed over a kind of a form. The form has all the players, their names, their ages, their positions, their location, where they come from. So with their jersey numbers. So when you come for trials, open trials, they give you a jersey or a bib with your number. So that number is what they write on the form that the scout is going to be holding. So the scout doesn't know who you are. So he just knows, oh, number 5. Then he checks number 5's name and he's going to say is Michael Jordan. Yes, Michael Jordan is number 5. He plays a center back. So he's already interested. He might be interested in Michael Jordan already, maybe during workouts. So when you come for trials as a young player, you don't always expect that the scouts start watching you when the game starts. No, 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 no. We start watching you when you arrived, the time you arrived, the way you dressed up. How are you? How are you relating with people? How did you introduce yourself to your friends, your potential teammates in the trial? So how are you behaving before the game? Then you start warming up. How you're warming up, we're watching you when you're warming up. Are you warming up normal? Are you just warming up nonchalantly? So we watch how you're warming up. Are you warming up right? You finish warming up. The coaches, during some of these trials, they have training coaches. The training coaches give you instructions on how to warm up. And then you're warming up, you are doing everything. The scouts is watching you to see you from that stage. So they start watching you from warm up. You warm up. After warming up, they allocate the teams. The scout is also watching you to see if you are how you're gonna react. So because what we expect most times during trials and during scouting of events is you are a natural midfielder, you've been playing midfielder all your life, yes. And then you come to a team during a trial, maybe they have like 180 players that came for the trial. And they're gonna have maybe 8 teams. Yes. And then you are a midfielder, and the coach in charge of your team will say, oh, I'm lacking defense. I'm lacking someone to play a center back. And then you, who is a midfielder, agrees to play a center back. That's a different mentality. Because you already had it behind the mind that you are coming to give your best, and your best position is as a midfielder. but you've just been changed from a midfielder to a centre back. The way you've agreed to play the centre back, the body language of how you accepted that responsibility is being watched. So most scouts will come closer to you, like I prefer coming closer to see more clearly what you say. Did you swear? Did you say, oh shit? Or did you just swear before carrying out the duty? Or did you simply thought about it and said, okay, I think I can do well in this position? I always tell young players, there is no place on the pitch where it's labeled center back, right back, left back. It's not labeled, it's all in your head. What you do on the pitch has nothing to do with the position, like right, left. Just little influence it could have is maybe when the ball comes to your right and you are right-footed or you're left-footed, then you have to adjust your body to turn properly. Back in the days, the right wing was meant for right-footed, the left wing was meant for left-footed. But we changed the game. It's no longer like that. It's no longer a must for a right-footed to play right wing. Now we have left-footed players playing right wings because they can easily cut in and score with the left. Now we have right-footed players playing the left wing because they can easily cut with their right foot and come in and score with the right. So they cut with the left and score with the right because that is it. That is it. It's not labeled anywhere. So it's all in your head. So the first thing after you're doing your warm-up, we're watching your technical ability during your warm-up. So we already started watching your technical ability during your warm-up. These are the core attributes that a scout look out for. Technical ability. What are technical ability? Number one, and the most important one, which I always lose my voice when I'm screaming at my players about this number one. And do you know what it is? Is first touch. Your first touch in football should be crystal nice. Like it should be very nice. You should learn your first touch in football if you want to go far in football. First touch is very, very important. It's the number one technical ability for me. Your first touch. Your first touch is going to determine if that ball is going to stay well for you to score a goal. Your first touch is going to determine if you're going to trap that ball properly so that a striker cannot take it from you as a defender. Your first touch is going to determine if you're going to be able to speed up your pace as a winger. First touch is very important. So a first touch will lead to your ball control. If a first touch is good, then your ball control is going to be good because then you can control the ball. Which one is your dominant foot? Is it your right foot? Then if it's your right foot, what do you do with your left? Do you just touch ball with your left to use your right foot? If the left foot is your dominant foot, do you stop it with the right and put it to the left? So it determines which one is your dominant foot because it needs to also play a role. The weak foot needs to play a role in your ball control, whether I like it or not. Then passing. Passing is also a very important attribute. How good are you with passing the ball? Do you pass long range? Do you pass short? Are you good with passing the ball? Good. So during warm-ups, most times during warm-ups, the coaches tell you to pass ball around, pass ball around, pass ball around. The scouts are watching you when you're passing the ball around. They're seeing how you're passing the ball, how you're jogging, how you're moving, your movement when you're passing the ball. The first touch when they pass the ball to you, how did you stop the ball? Did the ball just pass you? Did you stop it? Did you pass it back well? How do you operate under pressure when passing the ball? When you're passing the ball, that's why sometimes we play rainbow games. What do we call it? We call it on an 80 in Nigeria. I'm trying to remember what they call it in Europe here. So you're in the center, man. You're in the center. You're passing the ball. You're passing the ball, not letting the guys in the center to take the ball from you. And that's pressure. That's putting pressure on you. How good are you releasing those passes? Nice, without losing the ball. So it is very important. These technical abilities are very, very important. Then after technical ability, the next thing we think about is your tactical awareness. I'm going to watch this during a game. So most scouts will watch your tactical awareness during a game, a match, a game going on, because the ongoing game is going to determine how you position yourself. How do you position yourself? If you pass the ball, if you're playing the wing, where do you stay in the pitch? If you're playing the center back, where do you stay on the center back position? If you're playing in the midfield, a center CDM, defensive midfielder, a DM. If you're playing a central midfielder, if you're playing a striker. So your position is very important. Knowing when to drop back, knowing where to drop forward, knowing where to drag back, that would really, 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 really attract a scout to watch you more. If you've done one thing and do it right, yes, the scout will be, that was a good pass. Then he will turn around to see who made that good pass, because the pass was splendid. If you've tried a good pass and wasn't successful, the scout will still watch you to see your body language after you failed to make that potential good pass. So scouts also like players who try out things, even though it wasn't successful. They to be brave. The scouts love brave players as well. They love players who try out things, and they love players who don't get frustrated. Because you've tried it the first time, tried it the second time, don't get frustrated. Frustration shouldn't kick in. Keep doing it. You'll do it the right way. And you might do it the right way and then you get an assist. Or you might do it the right way and then you score a goal. So it depends on your game knowledge, knowing when to drop back as a winger. Are you tracking back to help the left back? Are you cutting to the midfield to open up for passes, to open up for spaces? Are you using the spaces? So tactical awareness when it comes to positioning is very important for scouts, because the game philosophy of some clubs, all clubs have a philosophy of play already existing. They have a philosophy of play existing already in their clubs before they come to those trials or before they invite you for a trial. So when they come, they were watching you. They need to understand that you are going to be able to fit into the philosophy of football existing in their clubs already. So if it's a club that like playing tic-tac, 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 tac-tac, 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 tac. So tac-tac looks beautiful, but it's not easy. It needs positioning. You need to be positioning well. You need to be spacing out well. You give the pass, you run and open up again to receive the pass. So if you're not that kind of player and a club who plays tic-tac has come for a trial, they would not look at you because you would not fit into their system. Every club has a philosophy. So some people like using the wingers, some clubs, once they made center backs hold the ball, then they look at their wingers, they give the wingers. So they need fast pace. So they need very fast players. So if you're a fast player, then you can be able to fit into such football because you are a fast player. So movement, as I said, that's another very important tactical awareness of the movement. You've given the pass. What are you doing when you're not with the ball? Most young players especially, when they give the pass, they say, oh yeah, I've done my bit. I've done my bit. That's not my business anymore. No, you give a pass. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for your gift. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sorry if I'm not recognizing your presence. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate. So, off-ball movement. You are moving when the ball is not with you. What do you do when the ball is not with you? It's very important. Are you running to open up for a pass for the person with the ball to see you? Are you running to cover a space to cover the person moving with the ball? Because sometimes the person moving the ball might overlap, and moving the ball maybe he was a center back and you are a CDM, a defensive midfielder, and the center back is moving the ball going because he's seen a space, he's moving the ball all the way to the midfield, and you as a CDM drops back to cover his space. The scout is watching you say, oh, okay, that's good. Yes, that player, he knows what to do. His game knowledge is very good for him to move like that when he's not with the ball. So off the ball movement is very important, not just when you're with the ball. And another very important tactical awareness thing is also your decision making. When you're moving the ball, you're moving a tic-tac or moving or running, or you're a striker, you're a defender, you're a midfielder, you get the ball. What do you do? What did you decide? If you make the right decision late, it's no longer a right decision. If you make the wrong decision, it's a wrong decision. But if you make the right decision late, it's a wrong decision. So you have a split second to decide to make the right decision. The right decision should be clinical. The right decision should be on time, and you shouldn't put yourself in a difficult situation where the right decision you would have made wouldn't be enforced because you've delayed the decision. So decision making is very, very important in football. The scouts will also watch to see your decision making. Did you decide to move the ball before you trapped, or maybe you trapped and you didn't trap properly, or maybe you're moving, or just whatever, just wrong decision. It's all about reading the game, knowing how the game is flowing, knowing what to do at every time, every point in time during the game. That's it on tactical awareness. So I've told you about the technical ability. Technical ability is your first touch, your ball control, your passing under pressure. Your tactical awareness has to do with your positioning, your off the ball movement, and your decision making. Then next thing is physical fitness. How fit are you as a footballer? You've seen 11-year-old, you've seen under 14, under 12, under 16. They are very fit. That means they are preparing to go to professional football. They know what it is to take good care of themselves. They have the speed. Do you have the speed? Do you have the stamina? Do you have the strength? Do you have the agility? So all these things, the scouts will watch this. So when scouts are scouting younger players, they tend to be flexible with developments that are still going to happen. If I'm scouting an 11-year-old and I can see the strength is not as it should have been, I would say, okay, yeah, he's 11, he's still going to grow. Yes, he's going to grow, maybe stronger. Maybe when he hits 14 or 15, he starts going to the gym. Or say, okay, then that weakness is no longer going to be a weakness. But if we were scouting a already developed player and he hasn't gotten some features already, some attributes already at that age, then the scout is not going to be happy. He's going to say, "Oh, that's too late to get that attribute now. It's too late because he's already developed past that stage." So at every stage, at every point in time, the player needs to be able to be doing what he's meant to be doing at that stage. If he's young, then it's different because he's still going to develop it at some point. But there are some basics that if you can see some 12-year-old, their touches, it's like they're playing in Premier League, then you're going to be wondering, oh God, man, that boy is going to make it to the top level if he keeps his head low. If he keeps his head down, then he's going to make it because of how good his touches are, how fit he is, everything. He ticks all the boxes. Then, boy, you come back 5 years from that day, that player has declined. You ask yourself, where did he go wrong? Where did he go wrong? You watch this player. How did he go all this way down? Some scouts, some of the scouts that I was in their courses sometime in the past, he said he was sent to go scout, I think it's Michael Owen. And he said Michael Owen was not good enough. And he regretted it today. So it was a scout as well that dropped Harry Kane from Arsenal, that he wasn't good enough. So sometimes scouts can be wrong because the bias has played into their decision making. Some biases can influence your decision making as a scout, and we always try to make sure that we don't fall into those biases as a player. If, for instance, I think they call it Halo, and I can't remember the second one, where a scout comes and he sees a player with he's got let me say he's got tattoos on his face, and the scout doesn't like tattoos, for instance, and he sees a player with tattoos on his face. So then he feels, oh, why has he got tattoos on his face? He's too young to have tattoos on his face. So automatically he's having bias already, which is going to influence his decision making. So if this player was meant to be maybe just play 75% to attract the scout's attention, the player is going to have to play 90% to attract the scout's attention because the scout is already biased, like, oh, why has this player got this or that. So some scouts are attracted to, for instance, let me give you another example. You see a scout who's from African origin, then he tends to be attracted to African players because he's naturally attracted to them. Even when he's seeing somebody else who's doing better in the page, he wouldn't really pay attention on that. Then it's left for the scout to actually switch that off because the bias is come, unconscious bias, they come. But it's left for you as a scout to actually switch that, to actually say, okay, turn your binoculars towards another angle. So as a footballer, as a young player, You don't need to think about so many things. You don't need to think about anything coming to your head saying, oh, this guy doesn't like me, or this guy doesn't like me. Think about what you can control. What is under your control as a person, not what is under another person's control. This guy doesn't like you, that's not for you to control. It's not your control. You cannot control that. It's not for you. Think about the things you can control. Think about your technical abilities. Think about your first touch. Think about your ball control. Think about your tactical awareness. Think about what you're doing without the ball. Think about your fitness, how you're eating. Think about how you're eating, because how you're eating affects your fitness. Do you eat too much? Do you eat normal portion? Do you drink alcohol? What things do you do to enhance your strength? Physical fitness is very important. So sometimes we watch people that fast players. Are they players that burst, like they run and burst like a speed burst within minutes or within seconds? They're already far away. Or are they players that wouldn't run fast, but later they run faster than everybody? So it depends. It depends on who you are as a player. And the next attribute we have is the mentality, which I've mentioned already, but I've not really mentioned it properly because now I need to talk about the discipline. The discipline in surrounding the player is very important. How disciplined is this player? How is his mentality in games? If he's losing, how is he reacting? If he's winning, how is he reacting? Some scouts will say, I have seen this player losing. I've seen this player winning games. I've gone to his first game, he won the game, they won the game. I've gone to the second game, they won the game. But I want to go to the one he's losing, the one his team is not performing to the best, the one he's not having a good day. That is the one that scout wants to watch to see how you manage the game. Sometimes it's not about winning the game that attracts the scout. It's all about how you're behaving while you're losing. And it's as a young player, sometimes it's frustrating, especially when you know how much you've tried to get a spot for that trial, and then you come and some other player is not performing to the level you want him to perform, and then you lash out. Oh, that. Once you lash out, then frustration comes in, and then the scout doesn't like that. So he needs to see your mentality for the whole 90 minutes. How disciplined are you in staying in your position? Also, that's with disciplined players. If you're playing a center back, are you going to play a winger? Are you playing that? It depends. How disciplined are you position wise? So some clubs like playing flexible pattern of football. So as a scout, they want to know if you're going to be able to fit into their already existing philosophy. As I said earlier, every club has an existing philosophy of play. So they need to see that you as a player will be able to fit into their already existing philosophy of play. So unfortunately, you don't know what the philosophy of play is, or if you're lucky enough, you might know the scouts coming, or you are already going to a club for a second phase of a trial, or a first phase of a trial, and you are invited to a club. Then you already know they play game their passes are on the ground, or maybe you know that they play more possessive football. They like holding the ball. Then you need to train more on holding your ball, being comfortable on the ball. Because if you're not comfortable on the ball and it's a team that likes holding the ball, then unfortunately you're not going to be successful in that place. So you need to work hard and hard and hard. You need to train as if there's a trial waiting for you the next day. Some young players, once they get to a particular level in football, they feel, oh, I've arrived. We've seen players who get a 2-year scholarship from a professional football club from at the age of 16. For them to get a 2-year scholar, they see the game drops, and you're wondering, why is the game dropping? This is a player we saw play when he was 14. We've been watching him when he was 13. How did the game drop all of a sudden? Because it gets to the head. So mentality is very, very important. How focused are you? If you're not focused very well, then it's going to affect your game. How focused are you? The next thing the scout is also looking out for in young players is he coachable? The coachability is very important. Is this player coachable? Is he going to listen? Is he going to listen to what we are doing? What the instructions that is being given to him? Is he going to listen? If he doesn't listen, then that's a trouble. So the scout is watching to see if you are coachable. If they give you instruction, do you carry out the instruction? The scout is also watching your leadership skill. When you're playing, how are you communicating with the team? Are you a person who's giving instructions hey, Festo, hey, man on, hey, all those talks we say when playing football, or encouragement. Do you encourage your teammates? So your leadership skill, encouraging your teammates, making sure they don't get frustrated, making sure they keep the game to the peak, making sure they're giving their best, the way you encourage them. So your leadership skill is very important for the scout. And next thing after mentality is consistency. How consistent are you? Are you consistent? If we sign you today as a scout and bring you to the club, if you give us 80% of performance today, will you give me 80% the next day, or will you give me 30% or 20% or 35%? So consistency is very important. How reliable are your performances? So most scouts wouldn't want to watch you once. If they come one place and see you perform very well, they want to come back again to watch you again. They watch you during a match, they want to come back to another match to watch you again to see how reliable your performances are. Is it consistent in every match that you play? So sometimes a coach will say, I like this player because every game he gives me 70%. And he has a player who gives him 85% on the bench, but he prefers the one that gives him 70% every game. Why? Because the one that gives him 85% will give him 85% today, and next week give him 35%. So that player is not consistent, regardless of how good he is. He is very good to be on 85 already, but he's not consistent. So as a young player, you need to work on your consistency. You need to work on your consistency, especially when you are getting the teenage age, 14 to 16. Then you're no longer too young. You're already getting to the first breakthrough of a professional footballer, getting a scholarship. So you need to work on so many things. As a parent, you need to encourage your lads when they go, when you go watch them during training. You don't just tell them, oh, you had a bad day, or make them feel low. So you have to encourage them every time because they are developing. You always have to remember they are developing every day. Don't compare them to professional footballers. You need to, as you're encouraging them, it gets to their head. It gets to their head and they are hungry to improve and they want to improve more and more. I know how frustrating it can be sometimes. You're watching your lad on the sideline and you see him do certain things and you're not happy with what he did, or maybe he's made the wrong decision. But you should learn as well as guardians to encourage them after the game. You're driving them back home. Say, oh, what do you think about today's game? Say, oh, I did this mistake. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. Just tell them, yes, this is today. The next day is going to be okay. Thank you. Thank you for the roses. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the roses. Yes. So you say, don't worry. Tomorrow's going to be a good day. It's just a bad day in the office. So you don't have to always make them feel low. So it's not just the footballers I'm talking to now. I'm talking to parents, I'm talking to coaches, I'm talking to guardians, whoever is looking after a player, a young player. So if you're a player who's already training yourself, taking yourself for trainings, maybe you're in your 16 or 17, yes, you need to find a way to find a balance. When the game is not going properly, when your game is not what you want it to be, the ability to reset and come back the next day is very important. Because when you hold on to the failure of yesterday, then your future is not guaranteed. So if you tell the failure of yesterday, you are in the past, you have gone, then you can go forward. So that is one of the very important things. Off-field conduct is also another very important thing. That comes at the later stage of the scouting process. So, for instance, a senior player, we're going for a scout, going for a trial. I see a player, oh, I love this player. Then you take the player to your club. And then you want the player to train with your club, your player. They train, or maybe if they train, yeah, first, that's the first step. To train with the professional players more, because maybe you saw him where he was playing. Maybe he lost, or maybe he wasn't he wasn't synchronizing with his teammates he played with during the trial, because maybe the teammates are not as good as he is. So you bring him to your own players to play with, and so then you watch how he's going to perform with more professional, more advanced players. Let me just say professional players. I don't know what the level of the club that is coming for you. Then they want to see your lifestyle. They want to see your lifestyle afterwards. Your attitude. Are you an easygoing person? It's not just about knowing how to play the leather. It's not just knowing how to play a football. It's so many things are involved. Your attitude off field. So say off field conduct. Your attitude, your lifestyle. Do you keep late nights? Do you smoke? Do you drink alcohol? Do you rest properly? Do you keep bad friends? So all these things, football clubs go to your social media handles nowadays. They go to your Instagram, they check you up on Instagram to see you don't even know. They like you, but they're already checking your snooping around on your Instagram, they're snooping around on your Facebook, they're snooping around on your LinkedIn if you have one, they're snooping around on your TikTok. Yes, football scouts do all this snooping. They check to see the lifestyle you're living and then they drop you for no reason. You just be wondering, I did very well in this trial. Why did they drop me? Yes, they dropped you because of your lifestyle, because of your social media presence. That's what we call it. Social media presence. Are you really going to let certain things affect your sacrifice? That's why sometimes you go to some players' Instagram, you see there's no post, or maybe just one post of them in front of a car or whatever. Just one post or two posts. They're not always very active on social media because you might post something there that's going to just make a scout say, "Oh, I don't think she's going to be good for us." So all these things are very, very, very important when you are trying to develop yourself. And also the next thing is your highlights. I received so many highlights, so many highlights, but some of them the quality wouldn't even make me stay to watch it for 2 minutes or 1 minute because of the quality, because of how bad they've made the video. Some players will just send you video without actually making it presentable, without actually making it engaging. So you don't just pack up some clips, some training clips, and also never ever send training clips to a scout or an agent. It's not the right thing to do. You don't do that. You send that automatically. The agent who's got lots of messages already on his DM from players and potential players, and then you send a video, maybe probably 29 minutes video or 28 minutes video, and then all I'm seeing is you jumping cones or you jumping, doing joggings, or maybe doing some drills. Yes, everybody likes doing drills. Everybody does drills. But the reason why you're sending your video to a scout or an agent is because you want the agent to see your abilities. It's not about your training abilities. That is not what they're going to sign. They're not signing you to come and start training with them. They're signing you to come and play matches and win matches for them. So you need to send a game to them, a game, even if it's 3 to 5 minutes long game. Yes, don't. Sometimes you see clips that is as long as 1 hour. You're wondering where are you going to watch? Where are you going to watch? Because it gets to a stage here you can watch longer hours. Yes, when we get to that stage, engage the scout first, engage the agent first, whoever you're trying to approach, engage them to make them want more. Then when they want more minutes, then you give them more minutes. Or when you want, or you can have lots. You can have lots of minutes in football, and you then send accordingly. Accordingly, there was one I received one time. He was just training all through. They sent me second YouTube link, training again. I had to tell him, don't you actually have where you're playing football, where you're actually playing match, not training. So I always advise young players to know the right videos to send. Also, when you ask, that was okay. Let me give you an example. Because most scouts nowadays don't really like video clips anymore, highlights. The reason is this. I don't want to say I'm old school, but the young generation now are so good technology with this tech. They are so good they can edit anything out and make everything look sparkling clean, make it immaculate. There was a player that was seen. His video was seen in Brazil. He was in Africa. Then he sent his video clip to a scout, and the scout is for a club in Brazil. They say we like the player. And they sent for the player and say, yeah, you need to come off the Brazil, you need to come off the Brazil. Yes, we want to see you play, we want to see you play. Because of how good the highlight was. The highlight was so good. And then the player was flown from Africa to Brazil. He got to Brazil. Yes, time for training. Time for training with the teammates, with the potential teammates. They gave him the first pass. The ball went under his legs. So, okay, maybe he's nervous. Maybe he's nervous. Maybe that's not him. Maybe he's just nervous. Yeah, because which is normal. It's normal to be nervous in your first time coming for trials. Yes. The pass, second ball to him. He trapped the ball. The ball bounced out. He couldn't. The first touch was not good. Okay, everyone became interested. Okay, something is all right somewhere. This is the player who saw his highlights video was like he was Rivaldo. He was like Romario. But come on, this is Brazil. For you to be in Brazil, you must be good with playing football. And they sent this player again into a match. They say, okay, into a game. Let's see him playing a game. Maybe the first warm-ups, he's not so good. This player performed woefully. Yes, if there's anything bigger than woefully, the player performed woefully. Because the player has edited the video he sent earlier. I don't know how they do it. You finish doing your whole playing, and the player edited all the places he made mistake, and then join the successful ones, and with another successful one, split out the error one, and join back. Everything looked so good. And then because if you send good videos, definitely if they like you, they will invite you and they want to see you play. They're not going to depend on your what is it called, on your clip. You get. Just hold on, please. I think okay, sorry about that. If the live goes off on TikTok, so I'm going to click it back again. I don't know why it's saying it's going to go off very soon. Okay, so as I was saying, so you need to be able to do good videos. Yeah, 3 to 5 minutes long, and try not to put in training. Put good highlights, maybe where you're making key things like passing, showing tackling if you're a defender, showing the goals you've scored if you're whatever striker or winger, showing your movement, showing your defending. So show varieties in this clip because the scout wants to see the varieties. You use match footage if you play the match, pick footage from the match itself where you're just there before the clip as well. Put the jersey number and your name, so the scout will know the jersey number you're wearing during the video. So if you don't have a cursor on your head showing this is me, let the scout see the jersey number you're wearing to know this is you actually playing with number jersey 16 or number 8. You understand? So it's good to have a good footage identifying who you are during the games, not just a training clip. Don't send training clips. Then jersey numbers, positions at the start before the video starts. Then add your name, your age, and contact info at the end so that the scouts can easily contact you afterwards. So also, how do you get noticed? You need to find ways to go for trials that they do in your localities. You need to attend trials. You need to look up to see possible upcoming trials, showcases. I know these showcases can be very expensive. I've seen some paying as much as 1,500 euros or 800 pounds. So sometimes these showcases can be expensive. Because the reason why it's expensive sometimes is because of the kind of clubs they are inviting. So I know we say don't give anybody money, especially the younger ones, because some people are taking advantages of the younger players, extorting money from them. So we always say don't give people money for trials. You understand? But I have noticed as well there are certain level of trials which would demand some little kind of money, like PFSA trial. I think is £80, I think, or something, just to book the pitch, to the instruments they're going to use during the trials. We understand that, but when you start charging ridiculous amount of money on young players, that's also not advisable to be spending money on, because you don't even know who's coming for the trials. So showcases is good. Football camps as well is good as well. Go for football camps, and be active online. Look out all these clubs, follow them online to see who they are, to see what's going on with those clubs. Sometimes clubs post, oh, we're having an open trial today. We're having a pathway, like example, Bayern Munich at the moment is doing a Bayern Munich pathway to their professional football. So these things, if you don't follow these clubs, you wouldn't know when these opportunities come. And you need to be active online. Everything is online now. You don't have to start traveling to Germany from England or traveling to Germany from Africa. So they have all these things now online where you can easily access to know what is coming up, and also know how to send agent club messages, pitch good messages to agents or scouts, short messages that's going to engage the agent with your video and your info. Some people have transfer markets. Unfortunately, upcoming players will not have transfer markets. So send your CV. Yes, footballers have CV. CV has your name, your date of birth, your height, your weight. This is very important for the scout. Your position, your preferred foot. Yes, your hobbies. Even they want to know what you do when you're not playing football. So they want to know all these things. So you need to have good info and keep updating your profile. When you finish playing a season, update your bio, update your stats, how many games you played, how many goals you scored, how many assists you scored, how many, whatever, any stats you've accomplished during the season. Pile it up and update your profile again with your videos. So, and the next one is the final advice is going to be stay humble. Make sure you stay humble. Stay humble. Train with a purpose as a young player. Train with a purpose. Train as if someone is coming tomorrow. Be consistent. Scouts now notice everything when you're not consistent, and never stop improving. Keep learning every day. Keep learning and never stop learning. Listen to your coaches every day and make sure you enforce what they tell you to do. And that is it from me. And our social media handles, you can easily follow us on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn name is Onyekachi Henry Okafor. You can look me up on LinkedIn. Sorry, someone is saying, if someone is missing a finger but uses sign language, does it come out like lips? If someone is missing a finger but uses sign language, does it come out like a lisp? I don't really know what that equation is, but I don't know sign languages. So my Instagram handle is at Pharaoh090, and also the company Instagram handle is at OK4 Free Kick. That's the football agency, my football agency. And also my TikTok as well is at Pharaoh_042. Yes, and my Facebook handle is Onyekachi Pharaoh Okafor. Yes, and the YouTube handle is for those seeing my screen is on my screen as well at Onyekachi Henry Okafor -GE, that's Golf Echo 1 Tango Foxtrot. Yes, and the slogan is helping players get noticed. Yes. I hope it was a good one. I hope this was informative. You can DM me. Just send me a DM if you're on YouTube. Send me a message on YouTube. Tell me you want the PDF checklist. We have the checklist of what football scouts look out for. For those watching my screen, you can see the checklist, the sample, the checklist on there, scouting checklist for young players. It's just a document I can send to you. Just DM me on YouTube, send me a message on YouTube, or just on the comment section. Say you're interested, I will send it to you. On Facebook, you can DM me, or you can put it on the comment section, or you can DM me straight away. I will send it to you, all free of charge. On TikTok, send me a DM, and I will send it to you. You can share it with your family, your lads, whoever, your friends, whoever you want to share it for. It's very, very good. It's going to be very good, and the person's going to be happy you gave it to them. Thank you very much once again, and I hope you do have a great weekend. And next time, I will also put out a notification on next time I'm going to be going live. And this is my first time doing this now. So, and I plan to be engaging and be educating people frequently on this platform on ways to navigate this beautiful game of ours. And all the best. Good luck to everyone planning to go on professional football. Good luck to whatever level you're on. If you're still playing on the 11, on the 12, on the 14, on the 16, or a scholar, or you're about to go professional on whatever, or you're playing professional already, I wish you good luck. And as you break through on whatever stage you want to break through. Thank you very much. Once again, my name is Henry, aka Pharaoh, and hope you do have a great day. Adios. Do I have any questions? Let me see before I go. Oh, okay. Everyone likes what I say. Everyone likes the yeah. Still yet to play football. Yeah, yeah. So if you have any question, just send me a DM. Send me a DM. My email as well. You can send me email. My email is henry.okafor@ok4freekick.co.uk. henry.okafor@ok4freekick.co.uk. Just my name, my surname at ok4freekick.co.uk. If you can send me a DM, I will respond to you as well. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day. Adios, amigos. Ciao. Okay.